Violence often begins in the mind through fear, anger, insecurity, and separation. Yoga addresses these root causes by promoting self-awareness, emotional regulation, compassion, and inner harmony. The yogic principles of ahimsa, non-violence, encourages respect for oneself, others, and in a form of life. As individuals cultivate inner peace, they contribute to more peaceful families, communities, and societies. This topic of panel discussion examines whether yoga can serve as a practical tool for reducing violence and fostering a culture of peace in today's world. So the panel discussion will going to have on the topic, can yoga reduce violence and establish peace? It's my pleasure to invite and introduce our next young guest who believes that youth is reflected by actions, not by number of years spent on this earth. He is Daov, who is 65 years young male. He has been practicing yoga since 1999 and been working with students for the last 12 years. Every year since 2015, he celebrates with his students on World Yoga Day. In the panel, we have with us the one who believes that learning and sharing is the best way for continuous improvement and is always ready to share the deep knowledge and understanding of Raj Yoga meditation. Her philosophy is to enjoy every moment of her life as it comes and to remain constantly happy. She is Brahmakumari Gayathri ji. She began her spiritual journey at early age and is in service with the Brahmakumari's World Spiritual University. Getting trained with remarkable yogis, she herself became extraordinary in meditation and teaching and has developed a clarity and purity of mind. She is the director of Raj Yoga Center for Self-Development, Muscat, Oman. She coordinates and conducts workshop, lectures and meditation programs to promote universal values, inner peace, health and women empowerment. She is a computer science graduate with MBA in marketing and human resources. It's my pleasure to invite and welcome Mr. Yoftahe Manyazewal. He is an internationally certified well-being trainer, yoga teacher, meditation instructor, and pranic healer. Renowned for his unique approach as a self-engineer, as the chief creator visionary at Cool World and Cool Wellbeing Center, he has pioneered the concept of self-engineering, focusing on optimizing the human mechanism to foster a happier, healthier world. His innovative work integrates yoga, meditation, and holistic healing to enhance individual and collective well-being. His impactful training extends to both local and international organizations, where he empowers teams to achieve peak performance through core energy management. Frequently featured in national and international media, his insights on global well-being and personal transformation resonate widely. His dedication to create healthier, more productive environment reflects his deep commitment to nurturing human potential and inspiring positive changes. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Yoftahe Manyazewal. It is a great pleasure to warmly welcome Ms. Zsuzsanna, a dedicated yoga educator, scholar and passionate advocate of Vedic wisdom from Hungary. Following the path of Bhakti Yoga since 2008 and practicing Hatha Yoga since 2014, she has devoted herself to the study and dissemination of authentic yoga traditions. A graduate of Bhakti Vedanta College of Religious Studies, Budapest, she holds both BSc in Vaishnava Theology and BSc in Yoga Master Studies. Since 2015, she has actively supported the Association of Hungarian Yoga Teachers, promoting excellence in yoga education and organizing major yoga festivals and conferences, and has served as a president since 2020. Currently pursuing an MSc in Yoga and Vedic Therapy at S. Vyasa University, Bangalore, she research explores the effect of Vedic mantras and rituals. Her personality reflects devotion, humility, intellectual curiosity, leadership, and sincere commitment to preserving and sharing the transformative wisdom of yoga. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Ms. Zsuzsanna. We are honored to welcome and introduce Dr.Vikrant Singh Tomar, an internationally recognized scholar, writer, and management consultant with an extraordinary commitment to global well-being. Nominated by Civil 20 under G20 as the international coordinator for the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam initiative, he has addressed the United Nations headquarters in Geneva on the International Day of Conscience. In June 2023, he served as the global convener for the World Yoga Summit in Germany and is also the international coordinator for ICCR-nominated Global Conference on the Holistic Yoga Beyond Physiology 2023. He is one of the most sought-after speakers across India. His work has impacted over 3 lakh beneficiaries across 120 countries, including cabinet ministers, bureaucrats, defense, corporate professionals. He convenes United Consciousness Global, aiming to develop the world's first integrated manual for humanity, leads Project Self USA to promote scientific aspects of ancient Indian philosophy, sits on the board of European Yoga Federation in Italy, and oversees spiritual healing in Africa through the Spiritual Council. He additionally founded, with an academic background spanning business management, journalism, public administration, philosophy, and yoga, Dr. Tomar's prolific writing, including Rule the World as Krishna Did, continue to inspire countless individuals worldwide. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar.
Namaste and welcome to all honorable guests. Dear friend Ilya ji, namaste. Zsuzsanna ji, namaste. Gayathri ji, namaste. And Yoftahe ji, namaste.
Namaste.
This is a wonderful time and a very important topic at the same time to discuss about can yoga reduce violence and establish peace? W should stand for wellness, but the W today in the world we are living is standing for many places of the world, either for war outside or worry inside the homes. So today we are going to talk about, can yoga reduce violence? We will talk about domestic violence also. We'll talk about violence inside the person also. We'll talk about global violence also. So let's begin with basics to start with. We have all yoga masters here from different parts of the world. Ilya, what are some emotional triggers that may create and that may lead to such violence?
The last, I don't hear you. The last one, please.
My question is, what are the triggers that lead to violence? You meet many people. What do you find are the general triggers that lead to violence?
We have some research about this, and research shows that the violence often comes from inner unrest, trauma, the inability to control impulses and hormones, which results in high stress. By calming the nervous system and increasing self-awareness, yoga replaces impulsive, aggressive reaction with conscious and calm responses. This ancient practice works on several key levels to reduce conflicts and bring peace. First, biological and neurological mechanisms. Reducing cortisol. Yoga has been proven to lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone, and stimulate the release of serotonin, the happiness hormone, which directly reduce irritability. Regulation of the amygdala. This part of the brain is responsible to the fight or flight response. With regular practice, amygdala activity decreases, allowing the prefrontal cortex, the rational part of the brain, to better control sudden emotional reactions. Activation of the vagus nerve. Deep yogic breathings, pranayama, activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which shows the heart rate and brings an immediate sense of safety, peace, and calm. Psychological changes and impulse control. This is the second. Breaking rumination. Violence is often fueled by constantly dwelling of negative thoughts, rumination. Yoga teaches mindfulness in the present moment, which interrupts these destructive thought patterns. Increased self-control. Scientific studies using cognitive tests show that yoga practitioners make significantly fewer impulsive mistakes, developing better cognitive control over their own behavior. Empathy instead of selfishness. By developing awareness of their own body and emotions, and individual begins to understand the emotions of others, which is the foundation for non-violent communication. And third,
Okay. We will take your answer in the second round. Is it okay? In the continuation?
but this is more important.
Okay.
Real world evidence, where real world evidence present programs. The strongest evidence for yoga power in reducing violence comes from correctional facilities around the world, like the Global Prison Yoga Project. Reduced recidivism, reoffending studies showed that the inmates in Swedish prisons who attended yoga classes during their sentences have a 2 to 3 times lower rate of returning to prison compared to those who didn't practice yoga.
Very profound. Thank you very much. It was very scientific answer and you covered lots of points. One point that you mentioned is about hormones. And what Ilyaji said, that even hormones trigger violence at times, at a particular age, at a particular time in life, at a particular stage in life. Second, he mentioned about trauma. Zsuzsanna ji, would you like to add to the list? Would you like to reflect upon the same question? What are the triggers of violence?
Yes, thank you. First of all, it's important to understand that the violence is a very complex psychological, social, and often legal issue. And there is never just one cause, and it cannot be explained by a single emotion or one difficult situation. Emotions such as anger, fear, frustration, shame, helplessness, or rejection are often present in situations involving violence. However, these emotions are not always caused by the current situation. Sometimes a person reacts to something happening today, but the real cause may be an old pain or an unresolved inner struggle. And the other point is that when someone behaves aggressively, we often think it is directed at us personally. In reality, the other person may be reacting from their own suffering, fears, or unresolved problems. So we can understand the reasons behind the behavior without accepting it. And according to Yoga Sutras, suffering and harmful actions arise from the kleshas, ignorance, ego identification, attachment, aversion, and fear. And these mental obstacles can distort our perception and cause reactions that are not in harmony with the reality. So I think it's important to examine our own reactions and learn from our experiences as much as we can.
Thank you very much. Zsuzsanna ji also add about inner struggles, emotional swings, and the experiences of our life also. We have Sister Gayathri ji from Oman. Gayathri ji, is any point that is missed by these two answers? Anything else as a trigger comes to your mind listening to this question? You're muted. Gayathri ji, please unmute and speak.
So, yes, what I feel is the triggers we are in the world of race, like where we think of competing and then relating and all these things. So with this, we forgot to have to remain content, happy, and sad. So that influences our and that leads to like violence, in the sense I'm looking outside for all that which needs to be experienced now within. So when the person or an individual remain in this state, they automatically, instead of responding, reacts to the situation. So where he start doubting, having hatred, in larger way it leads to anger. So that's how it leads to maybe the domestic violence in the world again, for all the problems, as you mentioned, W for war and all that. This is how I feel like. So I think that will lead to any violence, because what is the state he will be, he look out internally also in the same way. So he will be able to manage those situations with calm and peaceful mind.
Thank you very much. He also added various situations and competition also in the list of the points. Yoftahe ji, you come from a different part of the world. What do you see as anything missing in this list? What are the major triggers of violence? Why it happens?
Yeah, great. It was beautifully explained with friends from all around when I addressed that. Maybe one point that I will add into this is how the human system, physiologically, mentally, at the software and hardware level, is not really evolved to the environmental changes that's happening on the planet right now at this moment, because our hardware and software is basically moving in a very slow pace, despite the amount of demand and need for decision making, for responding to the world around us, is pretty much vast. And that literally, as mentioned earlier, is putting a lot of pressure on the human system on how we reflect, so that our ability to respond becomes a bit diminished, and our ability to react, or our default reactivity, becomes shooting over the roof. And that definitely changes the hormonal landscape in the system. That changes the aspect of how the body responds to the daily engagements that we have. And in terms of the level of recovery that we have as human beings on the planet, recovery from even the food that we have eaten not really in its optimal state, recovery from the daily engagements and work and traffic jams and sleep that we are not getting enough, and also how all these processes somehow are compiled in the ancient science of yoga, in terms of how we can upgrade the human physiology, how we can upgrade the human psychology and hormonal landscape. So that is basically something that can weave into what was mentioned earlier, and it definitely brings us into this state of inner rejuvenation, or the inner journey, as we mentioned at the start of the point. And I basically connect with that. Definitely, this journey comes from within to the outside.
Excellent. So now we have a big list of the triggers. Now we go to the phase 2. How yoga practices, yoga techniques can help us to deal with it. And we'll go one by one. Like, for example, Ilya mentioned about traumas. Like if Mr. X has a traumatic life, gone through childhood trauma. Now, if somebody has gone through childhood trauma, what a yoga expert will suggest him? What should I do? And out of that childhood trauma, he has lots of anger issues. He reacts to the situations.
Okay.
What should you suggest to him?
My list is a little longer, but please be patient. When we practice yoga, the body and mind focus on breathing and the present moment, which helps us reduce cortisol levels, the stress hormone. This results in a feeling of calm and relaxation, which is especially helpful for people who suffer from anxiety. In today's fast and stressful world, many of us are looking for ways to find peace and balance. Yoga, with its ancient techniques of breathing, meditation, and physical exercises, is not just a way to keep the body in shape, but also a powerful tool for improving mental health. But how exactly does yoga affect our mind and emotions? Let's take a look. Reducing stress and anxiety. One of the biggest benefits of yoga is its ability to reduce stress. When we practice yoga, the body and mind focus on breathing and the present moment, which helps lower cortisol levels in stress hormone. Improving focus and concentration. Yoga teaches the mind to stay focused on the present moment. Taught breathing exercises and meditation, yoga helps us develop the ability to better concentrate and focus on the task in front of us. Over time, this can lead to improvements in cognitive functions such as memory and information processing speed. This not only helps us be more efficient in our daily activities, but also reduces the feelings of being overwhelmed. Increased emotional stability. Yoga not only strengthened the body, but also enhanced the emotional capacity. Regular yoga practices help develop a sense of emotional stability and control. By learning how to balance the body and mind, yoga helps us manage our emotion more effectively. This is especially useful for people dealing with mood swings or depressions, as yoga can help them develop a more positive and stable way of thinking. There are improving sleep, developing self-awareness and self-acceptance. And I have five top yoga poses, top yoga asanas for reducing stress.
Perfect. So we'll request you, if time permit, to show us quickly those, or you can tell us the name of those asanas. In the next round, I'll come back to you again. Thank you. So Ilya ji mentioned about focus on breathing. Be in the present moment. Let bygones be bygones. Start doing meditation. Increase your sleep and make it proper. And acceptance of the situations. Perfect. Zsuzsanna ji, we also heard about hormones. And you may also like to talk, if you want, about female hormones at a particular age, when other thing, menopause and such things happens, and anything else when you would like to add something to the list. Question is, what are the tips of yoga that can help people to manage their emotions to avoid violence?
Okay, thank you. If you let me, I would like to highlight this topic from a more philosophical view and not from the view of the body. So as Patanjali, according to Patanjali, is the calming of the fluctuations of mind. And through practice, we gradually learn to observe our thoughts, emotions, and reactions instead of being controlled by them. So the yoga does not teach us to suppress emotions. It teaches us to manage them consciously. Because most people notice their anger only after it has already exploded. But the yoga and meditation help us recognize the early signs. For example, tension in the body, changes in breathing, restlessness, or inner. And the earlier we notice these signs, the more freedom we have in choosing how to respond. So be aware. And one greatest benefits of yoga practices, it creates space between what happens and how we react. Because instead of immediately attacking, defending, or blaming, we can pause, breathe, and choose a more conscious response. Every disease is suffering caused by the speed of mind. And with yoga, we can slow down. And the other good technique, I think, that after a conflict, we can ask ourselves, how was my reaction? It was from tamas, from the rajas, or from the sattva. And this kind of reflection helps us learn and grow. Thank you.
Perfect. Lots of more practical tips also, along with the last list also we had many practical tips. She said there is a gap between situation and your response, stimulus and response. Use that gap. There is a freedom in between. And she also said that do swadhyaya, whether your reaction was sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic. How was it? And think about it. Perfect. Gayathri ji, you also mentioned about various situations and the competitions that trigger this violence. At times, I am violent towards myself. At times, I am violent toward others. So, what are the practical tips you would like to give to reduce violence first towards self and then towards others?
So in this, I say the meditation has us initially just give moments of silence. So where I'm connecting to my own self to experience that peace, happiness, love, all that. Because once I experience with it, then I can radiate that to others also. So that's how continuous practice of meditation, again, it's not mere the silence, but there we are enriching ourselves, fulfilling the emptiness, what's there inside. So, and also empower, full of treasures and all that. So in that way, even it's not that all that, even few minutes in between helps us to empower. In those silence moments, we are reflecting what state we are into. It is all about inside out approach. So I'm preparing myself for how can I externally with the challenges, whatever I'm coming across. So in that way, when I prepare myself internally initially, then accordingly be outside. So that's why, again, it's important to give some silence to ourselves, important, and also proper knowledge of it. So it's like knowledge regarding what kind of state I am in. That's how I was mentioning, like pausing ourselves, reflect and recharge. Because it's all like discharged, exhausted batteries now. So that needs to be. So this moments of silence helps me to reflect what is happening, what need my weaknesses or what my strengths are, what is required according to the situation. So then when I reflect, then it really helps me to recharge. So in that sense, like I will be recharging, and that moment helps that to be
Thank you very
have that
much.
energy to face the challenges outside.
Pause, reflect, recharge. Yoftahe ji, any tools, suggestions you would like to give people to manage their hardware, software, and to tune them properly so that they will be not reactive, they will be more responsible till he comes back. Let's go to the last round, and then he comes back, we'll take him also. The last round is your one-liner message to the families who are watching us to increase harmony. Whatever message you as a student, you as a teacher of yoga wants to give to the families, to the people watching to increase harmony in life. Ilya ji.
So, for reducing stress, and harmony in your life, there is 5 top asanas, 5 top yoga asanas. First of all, it is balasana, child pose. It's gentle and easy to do and great for calming the mind. It stretches the lower back, hips, and knees, while also promoting a sense of security and relaxation. Benefits: calm the nervous system, improves breathing, and emotional balance. The second is Marjaryasana and Bitilyasana. The dynamic exercise is great for loosening and relaxing the spine and back. In addition, it helps synchronize movement with breathing, a key factor in reducing stress. The third is Uttanasana. This yoga pose relaxes the entire back of the body and has a calming effect of the nervous system, reduce fatigue and anxiety, supports blood circulation to the brain. And fourth is Viparita Karani, reverse pose, one of the most well-known restorative poses, where you lay on the floor with your legs stretched up against a wall. This exercise takes pressure of the lower part of the body and relaxes the entire system. And Shavasana, at first glance, it looks simple, but Shavasana is one of the most important poses for complete mental and physical regeneration. It is performed laying down with deep, conscious breathing.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you very much.
Asanas is there are more asanas, but this is the 5 top.
5 top asanas. Thank you very much, Ilyaji. Yes, we'll come back to you, Yoftahe ji. You were telling us to tune hardware and software. Some quick tips.
Okay. So I'm gonna make this experiential. So when someone is irritable, angry, or stressed, me as an energy worker or a pranic healer, I can use my hand and then bring my hands to the chakras and then assess and feel the congestion in their solar plexus chakra and some other parts of the body. If a clairvoyant can see, they can see a grayish, reddish energy around the solar plexus, or as a direct experience for many millions of the people on the planet who can feel tenseness, burning sensations, and all. But to put this into an experiential line, as this is also a yoga week, we can do something quick so that our audience can also do something with us. So what I invite you to do with me is we'll do 2 deep inhalations with the shoulders squeezing to the shoulders, and we exhale fully with the mouth, 1 long exhalation. We'll do this 3 times, and then you can directly also feel how the body also is resetting in less than a minute. Shall we? So we can take a deep breath together, shoulders up, inhale, and then do another one, inhale. Exhale with your mouth. Let's do this 2 more times together. Inhale 2 times, shoulders up. Again, inhale. Exhale with the mouth. 1 more time. Let's go a little deeper this time. Long exhalation. So even a 3 breaths gift to the human system can reset the nervous system at a many levels. So one is, for many of us on the planet, we are usually in the parasympathetic, we're not in the parasympathetic nervous system state, but we are in the sympathetic state, which is that fight or flight mode. How can I respond, or how can I pass this challenge? How can I somehow get chill in this traffic jam kind of state? And that actually turns the human system at the auric level, at the energy level, to be more dense, more chaotic, and that makes our nervous system also to be in an erratic state, which makes us very close to a state of violence, be it on a minimal level of thinking about someone negative, or maybe somehow looking someone in a certain way, or in the subtle level, physiologically or physically attacking someone maybe. So the tip of the breath is so powerful in terms of shifting our state from sympathetic to the parasympathetic, and that is one thing that we can all gift ourselves in this yoga week.
Thank you very much, Yoftahe ji. That was amazing. Let's take Zsuzsanna ji, What is your message to increase harmony in and around?
Yes, my message is that our own practice, sadhana, and effort will change slowly the world around us. And I think the other important aspect is a forgiveness, because many people carry resentment, anger, or guilt for years. But of course, forgiveness does not mean that the harmful actions were acceptable. It means choosing not to carry the burden of resentment forever. Forgiveness meditation can be so powerful, and because making mistakes is part of being human. We all make mistakes, and we all have two opportunities to learn and grow.
Excellent. Gayathri ji, same question, your message.
So yes, what I feel is like yes. So what I feel is like so harmony means again there should be internal harmony. Then we can look harmony outside with other people also, where my mind and body is in harmony. Because if the negative thoughts are going, that influences our body, and then automatically and all that. So first that needs to create it in the mind, that positive thoughts and all those things. So positive vibrations will also influence the body system, whatever the secretions and all this is happening. So in that sense, what I will say is in Hindi, divide the word harmony like har mani, to fir harmony hai. So means like when I accept, it's not that I have to always win. Let me accept the defeat. Then that person will be satisfied and there will be harmony. So in Hindi, the har also means the garland. So when you accept the defeat means then that person will be happy and you will be respected. You will banded and also that
Thank
is
you.
also it's
Thank you
there.
very much.
So in that it needs some it means the knowledge. So its knowledge is like the bricks and the meditation, the cement. So as meditate, we are constructing the building of our character. So since all that will be harmonized, this will be taken care and all that. So this is how I feel harmony automatically comes. And also we should have some quality time with the family members. Otherwise, we are used to always with the gadgets and all that, where we are never speaking to the family members to clear those differences and all that. So to give a quality time, we should have a tech-free zones, because that is affecting a lot in present times. So that is also, and the culture of appreciation. So I feel this will helps us to bring harmony in the families.
Thank you very much. Now, Yoftahe ji, one-liner, last message for improving the family harmony.
Nice. So all of us these days, we use these technologies, our cars, our laptop, our phones. So before we grab any of these gadgets, let's just take a pause and take a moment. How is this one today? That's my message.
Excellent. So, dear friends who are watching from us from different parts of the world, who will be watching us, we had a beautiful discussion with amazing people from different parts of the world. Llija ji mentioned that the domestic violence or the violence outside comes from either trauma, hormones, or inner unrest, or some experiences of life which are not okay, that reduces, that increases cortisol, activate amygdala, sympathetic nervous system. But yoga can help increasing happiness hormones, prefrontal cortex, and increasing parasympathetic nervous system. He says that one need to know how to control the impulse and do not much drill into negative feelings. Body, emotions, awareness will also be important. And he said there are many experiments, lots of scientific evidences he brought where correctional facilities, such impact has been seen. As a tip, he said, one, focus on your breathing. Whenever you are feeling violent, angry, start focusing on your breath. One. Second, come in present. Do not linger upon what happened. Be in present. Third, learn to meditate. 4, you should have proper sleep. 5th, acceptance. Increase acceptance. Life will never happen always your way. It will happen its own way. Accept things. And do 5 asanas: Balasana, Shavasana, dynamic exercise, Uttanasana, and Viparita Karni. So amazing practical tips he has given. Then we have Zsuzsanna ji. She said that emotional triggers, inner struggles, and past experiences contribute in such violence. And for that, the important thing she mentioned is never suppress it. She said, address it and manage your emotions. How to manage? Then she said, choose freedom to response. There is a gap between stimulus and response. Use that space. And then after every behavior, do swadhyaya. Check your reaction. Was it sprouting from Sat, Raj, or Tama? And then she said, nobody from outside will come and do it for you. Put your own efforts. And then she said, start forgiving. Why to forgive? She said, because everybody has mistakes. To her is human being. And then she said, do not choose to carry the burden of the past. Start doing forgiveness meditation. Nobody is perfect on the planet. Start forgiving. Gayathri ji said, start forgiving because you deserve peace. Gayathri ji mentioned competition in situations leads to it. Silence, pause, reflect, and recharge. Her message. And she said that the harmony comes from inside to outside. And she said for that, she used the Hindi word harmony. She said that leave your ego and embrace others. She also said har means garland. Meditate on character building of your own character building. Have some family time, use less gadgets, and appreciate each other. It will increase relationship. Yoftahe ji, the young person from Ethiopia, mentioned that hardware and software both has to balance, and challenges comes from sleep, food, and health. And for that, he said, do your proper chakra scanning, and then he take deep breath in 2 steps, and then leave it from your mouth. It will give you immediate relaxation. Your sympathetic nervous system starts going towards parasympathetic, and then in life, take a pause, put hand over here, and ask, all is well or not. So with my heartfelt gratitude to all of you, thank you very much. Wonderful guests from all parts of the world. I'm sure it will benefit all the people who will be watching it. Pranam.
Thank you. Namaste.